want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. So I'm probably going to have a live stream or just a video or maybe both, depending on what YouTube decides to do. But the main thing that I want people to do is pay very close attention um, to what the mother is saying and what she is not stating in the video when it is that she is directly speaking on her son.
The time of the day it was, despite like all of that. You know, children are children. You know, some of them grow up too fast. Some of them do things that they're not supposed to do. And some of us parents are not aware at all times. What I can say is that Quran came from a good home, and I tried my best with him, you know. But Jason Lewis, he ain't had no right. He had no right. It could have went a whole different way, you know. And it's like everybody is like, what is he doing out at 4 a.m.? Like, would y'all feel better if it was at 4 p.m.? A crime is a crime. And that's just that. He took my baby, my firstborn. And it's messed up. But I gotta live with that. But I really hope that I get justice for my child. And I hope that this man is convicted. We're not gonna be there every single time. Or at every single, like anything, at every single moment. You know? And my son, he was a young man. I count on him. You hear me? He helped me in my household. I don't live with a man. I live with me and my 4 children. He was the man of the house. That's who helped me. And he took him from me.
So within that video, you heard a lot of stuff, none of which was any type of accountability. Now, I'll start off by saying this, right? From some of the things that from what I can remember, that they were stating that, it was a car down the street. The guy was on his property. He looked down. He was the one that basically, fired the first shot directly at a parked car that was not, in a sense, endangering his life or anything like that. They got out of the car. They scattered. Her son was running down the block, which I guess was towards the guy. The guy saw him, and then he decided that he was going to, fire again. Ended up taking, the young man's life. Right now, within all of that, yeah, everything as they stated. He should be facing some type of time for specifically what he did. No problem with that. Because at no point in time was he defending his property or was he defending anybody else or anything like that. At no point in time was he in any type of immediate danger, right? So now we got that all squared away, right? Now, the biggest problem, the one that's in the room and the one that is consistently within the black community. The sense of black women uh, being so far independent that they don't need a man in the household to help raise kids, even though, excuse me, they will deliberately go out and seek out the wrong types of guys to have these kids with. As she stated, she has 4 kids. She didn't state if they were all by the same father or by different guys or however it basically worked. We know that there are four kids and there is no male, no father in sight. Why? She said that she lives in a house and there is no man. The only man that is in that house is her son. He is the man in the house. At no point in time did my mom ever pull such foolishness like this. And again, this is coming from somebody raised in a single parent household. My mom never spoke like this. Never spoke like this again. My mom is a strong woman. She's also strong enough to admit that, yo, I can only play one role. I can only play the role that God made me able to play. I am not a man, nor do I wish to be, nor have I ever walked the steps, nor do I have the understanding, right? That's what she told me. You're not going to have women out here. I'm sorry. Let me be more specific. You're not going to have black women out here honest enough today to sit up there and state that they are just strong enough to play one part, to play one role. Because for whatever reason, you have black women out here believing that they are so strong that they can play any and every single role. Ridiculous. I've never heard a dude, and I know some dudes out here that are single fathers, that the mother abandoned the child and left the son directly to the father. I ain't never hear the dude sit up there and say, yo, man, I gotta be so strong out here. I gotta be the mother too, man. I gotta be the mother too. Nah, that's not what men do. That's not what men do. Men will play their role as a father, and that is it. Men ain't out here talking about, yeah, I'm the mother and the father. I deserve gifts for Mother's Day and Father's Day because I play both roles. Nah, it's only, you know who only doing that? It's only black women doing that. And she's more than likely one of those. The other issue with this is the fact that she didn't want to take responsibility for nothing. You heard what she said. She was like, I tried. I tried my best with him. That was it. That was it. That's all she said. That's all she said. No, this is a mother who lost her 13-year-old son at 4 a.m. in the morning. Never in my life at 13 years old was I outside in the streets at 4 a.m. Doing what? What is there out there for a 13-year-old to be doing at 4 a.m.? But go back to what she stated. She said she depended on him. He was the man in the household. He was the one that took care of stuff. So you already know what was happening. You already know what was happening. But this is all, and this is going to sound pretty harsh, but this is all on her. Because if she would have slowed down in life and only just had that one child to deal with, he would still be here. Because all of her focus would have just been on him and her. That's it. That's it. It would have been so simple. Instead of going out there, being in a relationship, getting pregnant by one guy, or being in relationships, getting pregnant by several men. Any which way it would have went. Any which way it would have went. Just that one time, getting pregnant, having that one kid, and y'all just focusing on each other, y'all just growing, y'all just like living life, he would still be here. He would still be here. And I'm going to speak like that because I'm speaking from experience. My mom only had me. It was only me and her. She didn't go out here like a lot of these women out here, continuously having relationship on relationship on relationship, having kid after kid after kid, and then playing the woe is me card, the victim card, and all this other type of stuff. And then having women show up out of the blue talking about, well, if men wasn't continuously getting women pregnant, this wouldn't be happening. Maybe if men would. No, like I said, if women actually took responsibility and was like, you know what? One is enough. We're going to leave it right there, and I'm just going to work with this. That's being responsible. A lot of women don't know what that is. A lot of women don't know what accountability is. A lot of y'all are putting y'all sons in dangerous positions. because y'all are giving him titles that they're not even deserving of. You're calling him a man when he is still a boy. How is he supposed to live up to the title of being a man when he doesn't even have an exact representation of what a man is because you've never even delivered that to him? You don't even know what a man is yourself because more than likely you never even had a father in your life. You never even had a man that actually cared about you in a relationship for you to even understand what a man is. But then you're going to give this to the title, give this to your child, who is, I'm assuming, the oldest. This is what you're doing. I need a lot of women to stop doing this. I need a lot of women to stop doing this. You're shrugging off responsibility onto the child when it's not the child's responsibility. It's not. It's 1,000% not. So, like I said before, there's so many things in here. The lack of responsibility, the lack of accountability. The son can't even be accountable in a sense. He is, rest his soul, he's accountable for the people that he was dealing with because they ended up having his life taken. Notice how they ran off and they still alive. He was the only one that ended up losing his life. If only he was at home on the Xbox playing NBA 2K, Call of Duty, Fortnite, something, he would still be here. He could have been like listening to a rap album like Drake or something. He would have still been here. He would have been, up like, hey, I didn't feel like doing my homework, but I was watching like this series on Netflix. Yeah, he would have been punished, but he would have still been at home. He made the wrong decisions in life. He paid for those decisions. The mother made the wrong decisions in life by continuously having relationships with men, not focusing in on herself, not focusing enough on her son, shrugging off responsibility, any type of acceptance or acknowledgement of her own actions, which inevitably led to the downfall of her son. It's so much. It's so much stuff directly up there, and then you further see the dynamic again because who are the main ones that you see up here crying and saying justice? They keep showing you the black women. And that's the main thing they do into the media. I'm not sure if people pay attention. They split the black women in the family away from the black men so that the sympathy in a crowd can basically come and feel it directly for the story. No matter what the story is, they will make sure to paint that narrative to like show you in a sense that broken type of thing, like, oh well, there is something wrong. This is a broken home. We know how this basically happened. Yeah, da, 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 da. It's that same type of narrative, and I don't really think that black people really understand the psychology behind why it is that a lot of these lawyers, these law firms, and different things of this nature, why they set up certain pieces the way that they do. Everything is calculated. This is why then later, during the week or the month, then you'll hear a grandfather speak out or an uncle. That's because they held that interview back because they wanted the mother, the aunt, the grandmother, the sister, whoever it is, whatever female in there that looks single, where it looks like it's a broken home, there is no respective male role model, no strength there. They're going to make sure to have them at the forefront so that everybody can champion behind the cause. And then they'll sit up there and bring up the black men. And then they'll put that out there because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is that people are going to be like, well, I don't know why you sitting up here speaking. You as an uncle or whatever, you should have been in his life. You should have been this. You should have been that. Right. So yet again, you're going to have the black man as the bad guy, even if the dude might have been there. He might have been present. He might have been there for birthdays and holidays, all this other type of stuff. He could have been there way more than the father ever could have been. But due to the fact that nobody sees the father, even knows what he is, out of sight, out of mind. So they're going to go to the next closest thing that is a representative. And no matter what he does, he's still going to be painted as the bad guy. He's still going to end up being blamed and all this other. Like I said, it's a jacked up situation all around. But one person had control over this whole situation. That was the mother. That was the mother. And look what happened.